Love. Hopefully we've all felt it in some capacity in our life. Acting legend Dick Van Dyke described love in that one random Coldplay video as caring about the life of the other person as much as you care for yourself. That feels overly serious and getting a bit philosophical, so today I'm here to talk about random video game characters from rare games and their love stories. I want to highlight their relationship and rank them in an order I feel most appropriate. This will be a list of 10 I feel stand out at the top. And no, I'm not shipping any characters, I'm simply highlighting any sort of acknowledged romantic involvement and ranking it. Maybe you don't even know some of these couples are couples. Let's talk about it. Into the romance we go. Happy Valentine's Day. Number 10. Putting it at the bottom of this list is my boy Conker and his girl Barry from Bad Fur Day. I know this may come as a shock to a lot of you, but this relationship is pretty wild. While Conker's affection may seem genuine, Barry is sort of an unknown and seems to not actually really care about Conker. She is even possibly hired by Conker as revealed in Live and Reloaded with this call card. Their journey takes them through Barry being kidnapped, Conker saving her not acknowledging him at all, and then them working together to pull off a big heist, ultimately leading to Barry's death. Now, you could say when she was ignoring him that they were having a little spat because Conker was out all night, but it's revealed he couldn't have cared about Barry that much as he has a chance to resurrect her and just forgets. And this is like just a few minutes after she kicked the bucket. For the possible fakeness of the relationship, the seemingly lack of care between the two, I'm putting them at the bottom of this list. Now, if it was 12 Tails or Pocket Tails Barry, this would change, but Bad Fur Day Barry? Nah, bottom tier. Number 9. Just slightly above this is another Bad Fur Day relationship. And I can't believe I'm putting it above it, but this is the second time I'm bringing it up on my channel. Maybe the third time. But the Sunflower and King Bee. Listen, this would have been below Barry and Conker if Conker didn't literally let Barry die and not really care about it. This relationship between the bee and the sunflower is totally wrong, as the king left his wife for the sunflower. But let's be real here. She's pretty needy, and they live in that hive that's about the same size as her character model. That's gotta be a tight fit. That would stress anyone out, so I understand a bit of his frustration. Plus, Doja Cat. This relationship may be wrong, but at least there's passion. Number 8. Boggy and his lovely wife, Mrs. Boggy, have 3 beautiful children. They originally lived in Freezeezy Peak, where we didn't get the chance to meet the missus, but fast forward to Tooie, and the family has relocated to Hillfire Peaks, and we can meet Mrs. Boggy on vacation with her children in Witchy World. You may think this couple is a sweet family, but it's revealed in Nuts and Bolts that Mrs. Boggy kicked out Boggy for being lazy and would occasionally slap him around. That's ridiculous. She even demands he get a much nicer igloo for them to live in. That's a little toxic, I'm not gonna lie. No bueno. Boggy deserves better than that, even if he is a little lazy. At least he loves his family and tries. They always seem to be provided for at the very least. Number 7. Originally in Dinosaur Planet, Saber and Crystal were siblings. Crystal being adopted by Saber's father, but when the game was retooled into Star Fox Adventures, Fox and Crystal had a different dynamic. While later games in the series not developed by Rare further deepened the relationship between the two, the first game just had a few passing glances and moments. You can't deny that the romantic tension is high, including Rob acknowledging Fox's temperature rising as Crystal approaches. And at the end of the game, she seemingly joins Star Fox. You know she had her reasons. Number 6. Donkey Kong and Candy Kong have been a staple since 1994. Allegedly. We're told she is DK's main squeeze and childhood sweetheart, but this bodacious monkey is flirting with any and everyone who comes by her booth. I don't know, when she's flirting with all your Kong pals and even your own nephew? Red flag. Also, there's no real interaction between them that makes me feel DK and her have a strong relationship, aside from the fact he has a picture of her in his treehouse. Maybe there's a bit more to this relationship, but it seems a little like we're calling it like it is because we should be together due to our standings and situation, like the popular cheerleader and popular jock in high school. Where is the love? What is love? Number 5. Grabbed by the Ghoulies' whole premise is Cooper, our main protagonist, saving Amber from the horrors of the mansion. This relationship hits number 5 because Cooper is completely selfless and still does what he can for Amber, even after she turns into a horrible, grotesque monster. And even after transforming into this monster, Amber still loves Cooper and chases him with affection, as you can tell with all these little hearts above her. Not even the dark, twisted horrors of the mansion can separate the love that these two have for each other. This is why I give them high marks on the list. I mean, just look at this passionate hug. Number 4. Donkey and Candy may have been the original Kong Country relationship we are made aware of, but another one comes from Country 2, where we're introduced to Diddy Kong's girlfriend, Dixie Kong. This relationship has been apparent and consistent multiple times throughout the series, and the two have gone on many adventures together, deepening their bond. They are often shown together, including in the latest entry in the DK series, Bonanza. This is a love that has stood the test of time and just seems to keep growing. Am I the only one that thinks these two are perfect together? It was all obvious how deeply they felt about each other. When Diddy was being mocked by Cranky, Dixie stood up for him. Stay strong, little Kongs. Number 3. Probably the most important relationship in the world of Kongs, Cranky Kong and Wrinkly Kong. If it weren't for this pair, we wouldn't have our modern Donkey Kong and all his adventures. It speaks volumes about their relationship that Wrinkly has stuck with Cranky all these years because he's, well, cranky and kind of obnoxious to literally everyone. But for some reason, she doesn't care. She just cares about her man and family. So much so that she actually can't rest in peace and has to come back to help. Somehow she died between Donkey Kong Country 3 and Donkey Kong 64, and yet she comes back as a ghost because she loves her family. Dedication. I don't know if Cranky would do that when he finally kicks the bucket. Number 2. In Banjo Tooie, we are introduced to the rest of Bottles' family, his wife, Mrs. Bottles, and his children Specky and Goggles. We may not see too much of the relationship between them as Bottles is dead at the beginning of the game, but the family does seem to be really happy from what we do see. The kids are joyful and playing, and the wife is just waiting for her husband to return home and has a nice meal prepared for him. Clearly, Banjo and Kazooie have an issue telling her he passed because they know it would hurt her, because they really love each other. Bottles is such a family mole, and this relationship clearly is top tier. Before I get to number 1, I want to highlight some honorable mentions. Mumbo and Grunty. These two may be enemies now, but at one time they were a student and a teacher, and when Grunty gets beautified, he's all over that. Klungo and Mrs. Klungo. Though we don't ever see Mrs. Klungo, we know she exists based on what Klungo says as he quits working for Grunty. And if he's that faithful and loyal to Grunty, just imagine his wife who doesn't beat him for his mistakes. In the world of Viva Pinata, our main garden was originally owned by Jardinero, who has several children who help out around the place. This family is the result of him and his wife, who was referred to as Mother. She was a ship hand who delivered piñatas back in the day when that was necessary. She had to travel out to sea for work as he tended to the garden. Well, she went missing after a shipwreck, the same one that caused Jardinero to have trouble walking. He's never given up hope on his lost wife, and his love remains, though the garden seems to be his true love, so do with that what you will. And finally, number 1. George the Ice Cube is trapped in Cloud Cuckooland in Banjo Tooie due to being carried away by a bad windstorm. Not wanting to be stuck in Cloud Cuckooland and desiring to be reunited with his wife Mildred, who lives back down in Hailfire Peak's icy side, George makes an impossible request. He wants us to push him off the edge of Cuckooland as he believes he's right above his home, based on his calculations. So we acknowledge him. This shows George's resolve to be with his wife at all costs. He falls and unfortunately lands on the lava side of Hailfire in a hot pool and melts away. His last dying wish, though? For us to tell his wife he loves her. He sort of gets cut off, but you know that's what he meant. But the good news is she's dead too from our previous shenanigans, so they're reunited in the afterlife. I guess it worked out. This relationship is clearly top tier. Well, that's all I have for you. Drop a like on this video if you believe in love, and subscribe if you love Rare. And remember these words: I love you, you love me, we're best friends like friends should be. With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you, I'm out. Bye.
look there!